Let's talk about the elephant in the room then, shall we? Our colonies are progressing at a fantastic rate here, and we pretty much have down a building for nearly everything that we require, apart from our defense. And that is because we have mainly neglected our combat facilities until today, that is. Yes, we do have down a scattering of different guard towers, but what we really need to do is place down a barracks, which is the central hub of our combat and defensive capabilities, and we can make a barracks hut very simply using some planks alongside a block of iron. In addition to a barracks, we can also place in an archery tower, which is going to require some planks alongside some bows. But we will need to unlock the archery first with some research in the university. And another building that can really help us out with our combat is of course the Combat Academy, which requires some planks alongside some iron swords to make, and this too will require us to unlock it first with some research. The research required to unlock our Combat Academy is the improved swords research, and this is going to require a barracks totaling at least 3 levels. And for the archery, we are going to require the improved bows research, which again is going to require a barracks totaling at least 3 levels. But once we have all 3 of those buildings unlocked, constructed and upgraded, we have quite a lot of different researches to aid us in our combat and defense here. So let's not waste any more time and get ourselves a barracks. I originally designated an area just outside this large gate here from our civic district as an area that I wanted to place these combat related builds in, which of course I am still going to do, but I am going to take this up a level, and instead of us having one district just for our barracks and other combat related builds, we are going to place down these builds in all 3 of our districts. So this is the Asian style barracks at tier 1, which you can see it's a pretty big build, and at tier 5 this building becomes very, very impressive. I believe that every barracks here can handle up to 4 different guard towers, so that is 4 different guards that we can have in this one building here, which certainly will help in the combat and defense of our colony. I think as a rule of thumb you are supposed to have 3 guards per every 2 citizens within your colony. We are never going to get anywhere near that number, but we can certainly get up a lot more guards than we currently already have. Anyway, that is the barracks for us, and we will get those placed down. But now let's have a little look at the archery, which here is an Asian style at tier 1. It's a fairly small little build this, and pretty unimpressive at tier 1. So if we put that to tier 5, that makes all of the difference there actually. So alongside the barracks, we will also place down some archeries, as well as some combat academies. This is the Asian style here at tier 5. So that is 3 new builds for us to place down immediately here, starting off with the barracks, and once we unlock the other 2, then we will place those down as well. What I have Luella doing for us at the moment is extending out our wall here on this section, and we will continue the long wall down the length of this area here, and we will place in these combat related builds after she's got that constructed. So I'm going to let her continue on with that, and in the meantime I will show you where else I am thinking about placing down another barracks, which is right here at the edge of our industry district, and I have Alia out here constructing another large wall gate for us, and similar principle to the civic district, we will put the combat related builds just down over here. So the final product will end up looking something like this with all of our combat related builds, and that pretty much takes us up to our colony's boundary, for which I will then put down some more large walls and pretty much just cap it all off. So we are pretty much now looking at the end point of our industry district. I really don't want our colony going too much further past where the boundary is at the moment. So now we move over to our agricultural district, which we have made a start on this. Ava has created this gate and is out here at the moment creating an even bigger gate. She is making up that large wall gate that Elia is constructing for us at the moment. But this will go here, and once again the barracks will fit just behind it. Or at least that was the original idea. I placed down this rather temporary guards tower there in hopes that it would push out our boundary, but unfortunately it hasn't, because I wanted to place down our barracks just in this area here pretty much, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to or not, purely because of the boundary. I think we have pretty much come to the limit of our colony's boundary all around. I think we are at the maximum size where we are at. So I may need to reconsider the placement of this one. But I will allow Ava to finish off our large wall gate here, and afterwards I will see if I can change anything to maybe fit the barracks in. Otherwise we will pretty much just cap off our agricultural district with some more walls at this section. And on that note actually, I have placed down some blocks here which I'm going to use for our main plaza, because this area here will eventually connect up to the main plaza. The only thing is, I'm not sure what type of style that I like with it. Do we go with the kind of stonework here, or do we go with the more lighter beige stonework here? I'm not really sure yet, but this is going to be the kind of slabs that we will place down for our paths in the main plaza. Let me know in the comments your favourite of the two of those, and we will see about making those up. And that's pretty much the ideas that I've had for our barracks and other combat related builds for Heaven here. So as you can tell, it is going to take our builders a little while to establish those areas, so I think for the rest of today's episode, let's maybe just concentrate on Hell. So it's going to be the same idea for Hell as it is with Heaven, and we will put down a barracks in all three of our districts, as well as an archery and a combat academy. But this is our warped themed barracks at tier 1. And at tier 5, it's a pretty substantial looking building. This is the archery at tier 1, and at tier 5, it's a bit better looking and at least not nearly as big as the barracks, with a similar case to the combat academy. This is it at tier 1, and at tier 5, not the biggest build. So because our agricultural district here is already pretty full and pretty busy, I have got a little area just up here where I think I may place down the barracks in. It will still more or less serve our agricultural district in terms of defence, but I have a little area here just beside an already established guards tower, and I think we will maybe try place in the barracks somewhere around here then. This is probably one of the widest buildings I think we have ever placed down, but it looks to be okay placed there, so let's go ahead with it. And we will get Jose to create this for us then, seeing as he is the closest builder. Now, for our industry district, I have a little area here, just at the end of it, which we could maybe put the barracks down here, and that will once again maybe just cap off this area. And I think that is just going to need to do, so we will once again go ahead with it. And we will have Leilani then come out to construct that for us. Well, maybe not. Rather unfortunately, the barracks is just 4 blocks outside of our range here. So what I may need to do is put in a temporary guards tower, and that should then push back the boundary. Then we can construct this. So let's maybe put down a guard tower first then, just to do that. We will place up this very easy to make birch guards tower, and that really shouldn't take them too long to do. I may need to cover up this lava. And finally, we will place down the last barracks tower close to our new alchemist tower, and this should cover all of our educational sector as well as some of our industry district as well. So I think this is an okay placement for it, but we'll go ahead with it anyway. And Julia can come construct this for us. Cool, so that's Leilani just been killed to a mob, but we now have down all 3 of our barracks, or potential places to put down our barracks. Not sure where to put down the archery or the combat academy yet. If we have any room near the barracks once they are up and constructed, we could maybe place them somewhere beside them. But otherwise, I may just need to find these some random homes. Where was that mob? Well, we have a new worker in to take over the job of Leilani, so we have Celine here, and hopefully you will go make that guards tower for us, which she has picked up, and as you can see, it is a very, very simple build. So you get that constructed ASAP, so that I can then put down that barracks tower. Let's go see if anyone else has picked up any of the new ones then, which Jose has not yet. He is upgrading a house for us. Nor has Julia, she's doing the same. And of course Celine is upgrading the guards tower. Okay, let's maybe go cancel those house builds and get the barracks put on priority here. So our barracks build is pretty straightforward as well. Just a couple of warped items, mainly a stupid amount of netherrack required for it though. But I know we have got absolutely tons of this stuff inside of our warehouse, so that's not going to be too much of an issue. What will be an issue is clearing out the space required for such a large build. Right, Julia, that's as much as I'm prepared to do here. I now need to go over and help Jose out with his, which shouldn't be as difficult to clear out as Julia's section, but he has maybe managed to get himself stuck down there. What are you mining out at the moment, Jose? Are you trying to find a way back? Because I'm not really sure how to get back now. Right, an escape then, Jose, but we will need to close this off at some point to stop those nasty buggers coming through. Get to it. And just because I had a feeling you chaps are back here, that is the mobs taken care so that our new builder can get on with this build. Where is she? Once we have these barracks up and our combat and defense sorted, hopefully we will have a lot less deaths here in hell. I doubt it, but it's the dream at least. And just as I'm making her the birch item she requires, a mob did just kill her. Brilliant. Well, at least the next builder in to take her place will pretty much be supplied with everything for it. Eileen has taken over the job of Celine then, and she's out here with a pickaxe for some reason. I guarantee you it's to take away the netherrack that I spent so long putting down there as a safety net. If these guys are travelling back this way towards our hut, then no wonder they are being killed to mobs. Eileen, I assure you this is a dead end. Yup, and now those things are going to spawn back in. Right, let's get round there before you do. Come on, this is not productive. I have no idea what she's doing, and I don't really think she knows what she's doing either. You have the most simple job to do here. Put that in, it's floating. You don't need to remove netherrack from above or below. Idiots. I'm pretty sure she's going to get killed to a mob. Right, let's go look at a productive builder instead then, who is now pretty much 50% supplied for this, has all of the netherrack in at least, just a few more warped items, which she now has, and is straight out here constructing this build. And yep, Eileen may or may not have just been killed to a mob. Jose is only 15% supplied and could probably do with a bit of assistance at the moment. Right, Julia, congrats on a level up, but let's go over and help out Jose, who was supplied everything that he requires for the build, but instead decided to go play in some lava. Right then, Julia, we are straight back out to see you again, and you're putting up the walls. Perfect. And there it is. Nicely done, Julia. Nicely done. So let's get you straight back out here then, and you can upgrade this to tier 2, which we have the requirements for tier 2, and so far it doesn't look too difficult. Some concrete powder, which our concrete mixer can make, and some leather, which our Fletcher can do for her. Nice and simple actually, really nice and simple. Speaking of nice and simple, how are we getting on with this then, builder? We seem to have Justice as our new builder, and he is again hell-bent on mining up something here. I thought I had this build placed so nicely for them to come out and construct within seconds. Clearly not. We now have in Jermaine, who is the builder that has taken over the job of Jose, and if he was working on the right level here, then we may make some progress, but he clearly is also another idiot. And why do we have two farmers up here? Clearly I have not set fields right at all here. I will look into that at another point. Well, now that we have the barracks up and constructed, I think just beside it we will see if we can tuck in the Combat Academy. I don't think this is a necessarily good place for it, but then again, where can we really place anything at all in hell for it to look good? Oh, why not? Let's go ahead with it. And after we unlock the research for it, I will get Julia then to come out and make the Combat Academy for us. Now, as for the Archery Build, ideally I would like to place it somewhere pretty close here as well, which I may just place it right behind the Combat Academy. It tucks in pretty nicely as well, just beside the barracks. Maybe a bit better placement for it might not hurt, but at least all three builds will be close together then. Okay, well that is a possibility, but first we need this up to tier 3 so that we can go for that research. And to be fair, it's not going to take her too long to get it up to tier 2. All we are waiting in is 60 warped stems. Well, I have no idea where Justice is at the moment, but he has at least made some progress with this. And by progress, I mean has put down some netherrack and not actually built it. We are apparently 40% done with this. Why is this taking such a long time? Things like that probably don't help matters. And I think I have worked out why this is taking so long. Isn't that right, Justice? Poor, sick Justice. Jermaine is back out and is mining something on the right level at least this time. I really wish I could help here, but I'm not entirely sure what it is he's doing at the moment. That up there looks suspiciously flat, so if I were to guess, you're maybe clearing out that area. Yup, this does seem to be the case. Right, give me a second and I can assist. I have just seen that Julia is 98% done with this, so I will head back and assist that builder in a second after we see this upgraded. And excellent work there then, Julia. Right, let's keep going then, and you can upgrade this to tier 3 next. I ended up firing Justice, and we have hired Brooklyn instead. And she at least has made so much more progress with this temporary build here. But we are 65% on climbing with it, so it really isn't going to take her long before this is up. And then we can get on with the barracks. Speaking of barracks, Julia has just upgraded one of those guard towers towards it. Nice one, pal. She will pick up the other one, and then she will upgrade the barracks itself to tier 3. And that's Brooklyn finally completed the guards tower here. So I am now hoping that that has pushed out our boundary enough to put in the barracks, which it most certainly has. Okay, excellent. Let's now go ahead of it. And we will have Brooklyn coming out to build that for us, and probably deconstruct that afterwards. Right, one more builder for one more building to go. Which I would love to say he has made progress with this, but he has not. We are still digging out netherrack for days. Well, the way I had this planned out for today was that we would place down the 3 different barracks and we would upgrade them all kind of at the same time, but at least having the 3 of them down would allow us to then go for that research. But unfortunately, it's turned out that just 1 barracks is up, and it's almost nearly at tier 3 by itself. So we will still be able to go for that research, but it's really not the way I had things planned for today. It's been a hell of a lot slower. Anyway, Julia has picked up her barracks to tier 3, and there is nothing here at all that's going to cause any form of issue. Maybe with exception of a rallying banner, which is really simple to make, to be fair. Just some iron swords, 2 guard towers, a yellow banner, and 3 bows. Right, here you go, pal. You take that, and let's get this up to tier 3. And hello, Brooklyn. I appreciate you coming out here to upgrade this, but you really should be building your own barracks at the moment. Germaine has finally stopped digging down all of the netherrack and is actually putting in the foundations for our barracks. Good job, son. About bloody time. We are actually 70% done with this already, believe it or not. So it's not going to take him that much longer before this is up and complete. Which will be good actually, because that way we will have a tier 1 barracks and an already established tier 2 barracks, meaning that we essentially have a tier 3 barracks, or at least a level 3 barracks, so that we can go for that research. And that's it, just flagged off as complete. Perfect. Right, let's get these upgrades. So the 2 upgrades here are now available to us because we do have at least 3 levels of our barracks, and they only require 6 blocks of iron each, so we will go for the both of them. And once they are complete, then we can put down our combat academies as well as our archeries. How are we getting on with the tier 3 upgrade to this barracks then? We are 70% done with this already. Good job, Julia. And I suppose it's just a matter of courtesy at the moment to see if our other builder has made any form of attempts at their barracks yet. Which, to be fair, she is out here mining away some of this netherrack, which I really should help with. But I have certainly done enough for today, I'll let her continue on with that. I think I would much rather just help Julia here get the last remaining items that she requires for this upgrade, which she does now have, so this upgrade will be complete very, very shortly. And that's it, just finished there. Perfect. So we now have this up to tier 3, and you guessed it, we will go for tier 4 next. But we will get this up to tier 4 and then finally to tier 5. Then we will get all of the guard towers from tier 1 straight up to tier 5 as well. So there is still quite a lot that we still need to do just with this building here. Never mind us having another 2 barracks that we need to upgrade, plus the Combat Academy and the Archery, and then all of that all over again, just in heaven, with the added headache of having to make it look nice. It's a start, I suppose, but we still have got quite a lot left to do to upgrade our combat and our defensive systems. An awful lot still left to do. So, same again next time.